As you can see over there, I've got some turnips, the Hakurei turnips, and to the left of it, the Alamo turnip greens. That's just the green itself. And I'm today going to harvest the turnips, the Hakurei turnips, at least one, if not more, of the pots. I've got one there. I've got one here. And this particular pot was planted a week to 2 weeks after that one over there. And the growth difference is pretty significant. It's quite a bit difference. This one has 50% compost in it. And like these spinach that I harvested in a previous video, compared to those spinach over there, which aren't even ready yet, or well, they probably are. I could probably harvest them, but they're still not to the level these were when I harvested these a few days ago, a week ago, whatever. So it is without a doubt, I've got a lot better growth, and the compost / rice hull mixtures in the same exact system that I do in just plain rice hulls. But it should be noted that, you know, plain rice hulls does grow everything fine. So back to the turnips that I'm going to harvest. This is one of them. And also over here, this is the one I'm going to pull for the video. There's some white areas on these leaves, like here, and I'm hoping that's cold damage and not something else. So if anybody recognizes what that could be, please let me know. So for now, I'm going to yank these up and I'll put them on the scale. Alright, all I'm going to do is pull these out of here, and I'm going to lay them behind you, and I'll show you what they look like when I'm done. I'll shake the excess dirt off. And since this is a turnip, I'm pulling the whole thing up because we're going to eat the turnips as well. And you can see there, so I'm going to turn from that. And we'll remove some of the yellowing leaves that are in there and cook this batch up. So I'm going to lay these out. This is one FAWN pot. It's roughly 4 gallons. Cute little turnip, aren't it? And when I planted these in there, I just planted them densely. I had thought about thinning them out, and then as time went on, I either got too busy to do it or just thought I'd see what it'd do without it. So there's some more. So these are just super packed turnips in one little 4-gallon FAWN pot. That's it. This one also has the mixture of rice hulls with compost directly in it, and it is so loose because it feeds bottom up, and you can see through a wicking bottom up, and you can see here that it's not overly compact or overly wet, and I find that works really good. The plants kind of send roots down until they hit the moisture level they need, and if they need a little more, then they send the roots down a little more. And I think it's a benefit from what I'm noticing, that they have their organic compost, high compost levels here in the FAWN pot, as well as the nutrient that FAWN is based on. So I'm going to turn it around here and show you the turnips. And this is them kind of spread out on the foam insulation board that I use for the FAWN platforms. And all this, that one didn't even make a turnip, but all that is from that 1 4-gallon pot, and we'll put it in a Walmart bag and weigh it up. Alright, I removed some of the yellowing leaves and the excess dirt off the roots and the turnip itself, and gave it a kind of quick rinse just on the roots area. And now I'm going to stick them in this bag and we'll weigh it up. Here they are in the Walmart bag. They're about, I don't know, a little more than halfway full in there. And let's take this over. We'll put zero that out. It feels heavier than turnips for sure. I'm thinking 3 pounds or more. There you go. 3.21 pounds of turnip, Hakurei turnips, and that'll be dinner. On top of the turnips, I'm going to pull some of these Buttercrunch leaves off for a nice salad. And also I've got some broccoli over here, some smaller florets that are produced from after taking the heads off. And I've got one major one back here that I'm going to cut off. It's pretty good size. And that'll also be for dinner. Some more florets down there. There's a whole lettuce. I might just take that whole one since I'm kind of changing. I got that. That's a Buttercrunch, and that looks like an iceberg there. Some good lettuce there too, and up here. Looks like there was some cold damage. That bothers me some. I'm thinking that might be something besides cold damage. But if you guys know what that is, please let me know. It's been really cold. I don't see any bugs on it, but I don't know. Could be something. Anyway, let me get to getting. A little more broccoli. Probably a full meal for one person. But we'll do it up and have some other thing. It's a pretty good sized head though. I want to put a tape measure on it. Yeah. That's 7.5, 8 inches wide. You can see back there too. Little florets, whatever you want to call them. So, you know, some broccoli. Doesn't weigh very much. We'll put it on the scale so you can see. Almost 3/4 of a pound. So I'll add that to the tally. This is the Buttercrunch lettuce that I decided to pick for the salad tonight. And we'll probably have to add store-bought tomatoes. Well, not probably, gonna have to, since it's too cold to grow our own. But some things I wanted to talk about was, in this cooler weather, this lettuce will keep forever. I mean, this probably could have been harvested, you know, 2 months ago maybe. I don't know. It's been there for a long time, and it is dense. You know, pretty heavy for a Buttercrunch lettuce, but not too wild. And I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that you could put out 15 or 20 October, November time frame, and you can eat on it for months, and you don't have to worry about it going bad or bolting or anything. So that's really cool. There's some damage, obviously, from the cold, and we will pick that off. But I've eaten these before with this little bit of damage. Just remove the damage, and it's very beautiful. It's very tasty, good stuff. So that's the lettuce. While we're here, I wanted to talk about how it's growing in the FAWN system as well. One of the things I keep preaching is when the plant finds its needs, it don't do much. The roots just don't do much. And you can see down here that this is all the root this plant needed for months. That little bit. You see what I'm saying? This is contrary to a lot you see in various hydroponic culture systems and other systems. It just doesn't need it. It gets everything it needs from the FAWN base, which is the hydroponic fertilizer. That's the base. And what I'm finding out too, and it's going towards my thoughts, is this is grown in, I don't know if you can see it there, but rice hulls, composted rice hulls, and it does really well. But I'm finding that the 50% rice hulls and 50% finished compost puts on a bigger, healthier plant a lot faster. That's true with the turnips I just harvested and spinach, and I'm seeing signs of it in other vegetables. So I anticipate a pretty good growing year this year with the spring vegetables. So there's the results with the roots, the plant itself. You can get a kind of a look at how big it is. It's not huge compared to some you can see, but or some you've seen, but it is certainly a nice head, if you will, of lettuce. I'll throw it on the scale as well, just so you can get an idea how heavy these things are. I mean, it is pretty dense. So we'll see. That is the head, if you will, cut off. You can tell by the same roots. This is it removed. I'm just going to put it in with the broccoli. The broccoli weighed in at 0.72, if I remember right. So we'll just add it in there to save space. We'll subtract the broccoli weight, and that'll give us a weight of this, of the lettuce. Alright, so 1.2 pounds. So that's about half a pound. You got 0.72, which is shy of 3/4 of a pound, which leaves a 1/4 pound, and then almost a 1/4 pound over. So that's almost a half pound lettuce. Very shy of 0.42 to be exact. So, or 4.8. Wait a minute, 4.2, 7.2. It's 2.8 and 2. It's 4.8. Yeah, so it's very close to half pound, 0.48 pounds. So that's the Buttercrunch lettuce weight. Very cool. I'll give you a quick shot of what the greenhouse looks like. And lately I've been harvesting like mad various things. I'm not always showing it, and I also nibble on stuff as I'm out here, especially these peas. These are Oregon sugar pods. They're loaded with flowers and pods. There was some cold damage on these pods, so they're not being as aggressive as they could be, for sure, once it gets steadily warm. But I'm very pleased with overall growing inside the greenhouse during the dead of winter. This is the coldest month in Central Arkansas, February, and I've got brassicas that are starting to come along. You can see here they're getting bigger, and the pill bug planters are even got a little broccoli coming on in the pill bug planter. It's a little premature, but it's very neat, very neat. I've got 2 more things of turnips I showed you over there, and those 2 flat fawns, and they need to be harvested. Even my collards are coming along over there in the back corner. Thought I'd plant some of those, and I don't recall I'm sure I've eaten those in the past, but I certainly want to try them again, especially after these fantastic turnip greens that I've been eating. A lot of good stuff. I'm very pleased, and I'm gonna tell you too that I'm not out here working it every day. I set it and forget it, pretty much. So the tank reservoirs are lasting me a minimum of a month, that 250 gallons. And I'm just enjoying the dickens out of it, I'm telling you. Now we have an RV trip coming up late August. We're going to Yellowstone and then west from there, various places, Oregon, Napa Valley, Redwoods, that kind of stuff. And so a lot of that planning is taking my time up, so I'm not spending a lot of time out here. All of this, what I'm reaping now, is what I had sown before. And so I haven't continued with consecutive planting, and that's because all this needs to be harvested pretty much in preparation for the spring and summer planting. I've got some spring and summer plants in the covered FAWN that are just dying to go in some pots. And so I'm waiting on good weather, and I may have to sacrifice some of these brassicas to get things moving along. But anyway, this is Brent on, I believe, 27 February, signing out.